can do. Verse 21, and she shall bring forth a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel, for he shall save his people from their sins. Verse 22, now all this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, verse 23, behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel. Call his name Emmanuel. Which being interpreted, God with us. Now, you want to talk about an injection? Yes, they went up here and they injected Jesus. Yes, they went in here and put in, which being interpreted, God with us. They injected that. That's not in the prophecy. The angel of the Lord didn't come and say, you should call his name Emmanuel, what actually means this. I'm pretty sure they spoke Hebrew. They knew what it meant. There was no reason for in the New Testament, in the Greek translation, for them to put, which being interpreted, God is with us. Now, if they were to do that, then you can go through the whole New Testament and take every Hebrew origin word and put an interpretation slap next to it. It's interpreted like this because you can't go get a Strong's and you can't go look it up yourself. This injection right here was made people think that this is a title and not a name, which I don't even understand how that happened, really, considering it says right here, you shall call his name Emmanuel. And then in Isaiah 7:14, it says, you shall call his name Emmanuel.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. I'll be back.
Let's go down to the 24th verse. Then Joseph, being raised from sleep, did as the angel of the Lord had bidden him, and took unto him his wife, and knew not her until she had brought forth her firstborn son. And he called his name, right here, should be Emmanuel. Should be Emmanuel right there. Not Yeshua. Emmanuel. That's not to say that the Messiah is not the Savior. Yes, he is. But the Savior is a title. Savior is a title. The Most High was called the Savior all throughout the Old Testament. And also in the New Testament. And so was his son that came to fulfill his will. Because he does nothing by or for himself. He fulfills the will of his Father. So let's continue on. Let's go back to the Old Testament here real quick. And let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 8. Because when you look up in the Hebrew, when you look up Emmanuel, let's go back to Emmanuel real quick. Let's go with 7:14 real quick. Let's click this here. It says Emmanuel from 5973 and 410 with a pronominal suffix inserted. With us is God Most High. Emmanuel, a type of name of Isaiah's son. Okay? Now, Isaiah's son was not called Emmanuel. And we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 8, verse 1. Moreover, the Lord said unto me, take thee a great roll, and write in it a man's pen concerning Maher-shalal-Habas. And I took it unto me, faithful witness to record Uriah the priest and Zechariah the son of um, uh, Jeberechiah. Jeberechiah. And I went unto the prophetess, and she conceived and bare a son. Then said the Lord to me, call his name Mahar Shalal Hashbaz. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and jump down to verse 8, and then we're going to continue reading down. And shall pass through Judah, he shall overflow and go over. He shall reach even unto the neck, and stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of thy land, O Emmanuel. Verse 9, associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces, and give ear. All ye of far countries, gird yourself, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Verse 10, take counsel, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us. Just like here, Emmanuel. God with us. Let's continue. For the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, say ye not a confederacy to all them whom this people shall say, a confederacy. Neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Okay? God with us. All right? Okay. So now we're going to go and get into the meat of this. Now, the first thing I want to go to is concerning the name Yeshua. And I'm going to touch on this, and we're going to come back. Now, when you look up in the Strongs, Yeshua, I'm going to read it. I'm actually going to get it out of my large Strongs here. Okay, it says Yeshua 3467. Yeshua, a primitive root properly to be open, wide, or free, i.e., by implication, to be safe, causative, to free a succor, at all, avenging, defend, deliverer, help, preserve, rescue, be safe, bring, having, salvation, savior, get victory. And 3467, Yeshua, which is the same Hebrew, but pronounced a slightly different way. You have it Yasha, and you have it Yesha. Yesha. From 3467. Liberty, deliverance, prosperity, safety, salvation, saving. Now, here's something to note in your Strongs. Your Strongs in your Hebrew is not just Hebrew. There's also Aramaic. There's also Aramaic. Like you see as in 3467, you have Yasha and Yasha, and you have 3467 Yasha. 3468 is an Aramaic translation. That is why it says Yasha coming from 3467, the previous. Okay? Now, if you actually look up, the breakdown that some of did concerning Yeshua going into my Savior, also Yeshaya, which is Aramaic Yeshaya, goes into translates to Savior God. Okay, Yah meaning God or powers. Now, if you actually look up nations that had Savior gods or Savior God as a deity, there were several. The Buddhists had one, the Chaldeans had one, and also the Persians had one. Prior to the Son of Man actually coming onto the scene. Okay? Now, we're going to take a look at that real quick. Let me jump over real quick. Sorry about that. Boom. Close that up. All right. Now, let's go back here real quick. And I'll put in here Arabian mythology. Okay. We'll look at Arabian mythology. Now, as we see here, Arabian mythology is the ancient pre-Islamic beliefs of the Arab people. Prior to Islam, the Kaaba of Mecca was covered with symbols representing a myriad of demons, jinns, demigods, or simply tribal gods and other assorted deities, which represented the polytheistic culture of pre-Islamic Arabia. It has been inferred from this plurality and exceptionally broad context in which mythology could flourish. Many of the physical descriptions of the pre-Islamic gods are traced to idols, especially near the Kaaba, which is asserted to have contained up to 360 deities. Now, many of us have already know that. Prior to establishment of Islam, there was or Muhammad actually learning from the Hebrews of the one God, that they worshipped up to 360 deities, almost one for every day of the year. Okay. Now, when you go and look up some of their gods, let's go right here. Yatha. Look at this list. I don't have 360, but pull this out here. Yatha. Yatha, the Arabic savior, is a pre-Islamic god worshipped by the Sabians and the Himyarites of Yemen. 9 kings have a support name prefix Yatha. And you can look that up if you would like to look up their 9 kings. The name may be an archaic equivalent to Yasha, which is a masculine noun meaning salvation. See Strong's Hebrew 3468 for details, which we just read.